So what will be discussed today is all about digestive system. Okay, so food plays a central role in the survival of the species. Food gives us organisms energy. Also, food gives organisms energy. Okay, that enables them to carry out many activities they do. Okay, so these includes predator, chasing a prey, or a prey escaping a predator. So arboreal organisms climbing trees to gather fruits, or fish swimming in schools. So in search for food, to name a few, so organisms are able to obtain energy from foods they eat through digestion. So digestion of food. So this is carried out by the organs and substances of the digestive system. So during digestion, food is broken down into smaller parts. So a fraction of which is made up of nutrients. Okay, so these nutrients are circulated to different parts of the body through bloodstream and assimilated by cells. Okay, so almost all animals have digestive system, so in which food enters their mouth and it is moved through the long tube called we can say esophagus. Okay, so and exits the anus or anus as feces. Okay, so the food is broken down into soluble molecules and is moved rhythmically by the smooth muscle in the walls of the digestive system. Okay, so different species of organisms have different ways of digesting their food. So in humans, digestion starts with their mouth, where food is chewed. And broken down into smaller pieces for easier digestion. This is called as mechanical. Okay, so initial chemical digestion starts also in mouth. Okay, so this is carried out by enzymes. Okay, so molecules that speed up processes or chemical reactions. Okay, so enzymes present in saliva such as amylase. Amylase helps break down carbohydrates, which are large complex molecules, okay, into simpler ones that can be used by the body. Okay, so after swallowing the food, now turned into bolus. So enters the esophagus. Okay, and it is moved down into the stomach where this mixes with gastric juices. Okay, so and also the acids. Okay, so other enzymes such as protease, and lipase helps break down proteins into the stomach and also the fats in the small intestine. Okay, so respectively, digestion ends. Wait. Okay, digestion ends in a small intestine. Where nutrients are absorbed in the villi. Okay. And enters the circulatory system. So waste that remain after the digestion go to the large intestine. Okay. Where water is also reabsorbed. Okay, so these wastes, including water that was not reabsorbed, are temporarily stored in the rectum. So before they are excreted out of the body through anus. So digestion in other organisms works similarly. So however, they are specialized structures found in some species that perform special digestive functions. Okay, so I have a question for you. How does the digestive system break down food to nourish the body? Again, how does the digestive system break down food to nourish the body? Let me just write the question. Excuse. Okay, so that is the question I'm going to give you. I'm going to ask you. Okay, let's erase. So I have an activity which I'll give you, which is first activity for fourth quarter, part 1A, a gastric game. Okay, so objectives are identifying the organs and then describing the function of each organ. So after this, you may do the activity part 1A in a gastric game, and then the part B, 1B, which is later I'll give it to you. I'll show you the parts of digestive system for humans. Okay, so this is the human digestive system. So as you can see, we have oral cavity, mouth, tongue, salivary gland, pharynx, esophagus, the long tube, the liver, stomach, gallbladder, pancreas, intestines, small and large, rectum and anus. Okay, this is the illustration, okay, image of digestive system for human. Okay, so let's go back. So the digestive system of animals and organs that make them up vary across species. Okay, so some structures like rumen, crop, and gizzard. Okay, or found only on some species. The rumen is common among ruminants that include the goats, cows, and carabaos. Okay, for crop and gizzard are found in birds. Okay, and some species of invertebrates. Okay, so like grasshoppers and earthworms. Another question is, what function do you think these structures perform in digestion? Okay, so let's move. Almost all animals have tube-like digestive system. So one end of the tube serves as their mouth, while the other serves as the anus. This digestive system is called as complete. Okay, so food enters the mouth, passes through the long tube, and exits as feces through anus. That is complete digestive system. Okay, so the smooth muscles include tube-like digestive organs move the food rhythmically through the system where it is broken down into absorbable forms. So outside this tube are attached some accessory organs like liver, gallbladder, gallbladder, and pancreas. These are the accessory organs which also help in digestion of food. Okay, so here what I'm showing you is the digestive system of different representative species of animals. So we have different looks and appearances: cyclostome, gar, shark, necrotus, turtle, chicken, pig, and human. Okay, the next is what we call the Hydra. If you are familiar with the organism Hydra. Okay, so the more primitive animals like the Hydra have digestive system also, which with only one opening, which is also called as incomplete digestive system. Okay, so these organisms eat and defecate with their own mouth, which also alternates as their anus. Let me draw the appearance of Hydra. Okay, load check. So this is their load check. This is their mouth. And this is the wall cavity or digestive cavity. And these are their tentacles. This is the digestive cavity. In magnification of this structure, its cavity, so as you can see, it is magnified. Okay, so we have here what we call nematocyst. Which is undischarged. And nematocyst that has a stinging cell is called as discharged. Okay, so this is the hollow body of the Hydra. So the animal takes in food with its mouth and then defecate also using its mouth. This is the outer part of the wall shows the nematocyst. Students, I'm going to ask you to do another activity. It is also number 1, part 1B, a sweet break. Okay, so let's move on. So, at a certain times of the day, you may hear your stomach rumbling. So, this is a sign that you hear as the gastric juices are churned in an empty stomach. So, this indicates that you are already hungry and it's time for you to eat. So, the stomach and some glands starts to produce gastric juices. Okay, so to prepare your stomach for the food that you will eat. So these gastric juices, okay, affect the digestion. Okay, it provides an acidic environment in the stomach. So the question is, how do these gastric juices affect in how do these gastric juices affect digestion in the stomach? So there is another activity that you may use for you to answer those questions. And later, I'm going to give it to you. What I'm going to discuss now is about nutrients, different nutrients. Okay, so let's have first carbohydrates. Okay, so carbohydrates are broken down to simple sugars, okay, which are absorbed in the small intestine. So they are circulated to the different parts of the body as well as they join to the bloodstream. Okay, they are used up sources of energy once they are assimilated by the cells. Those are circulated into the liver are stored. Okay, so let's have proteins. Hello, check. Okay, so proteins are broken down into their component parts, which are also called as amino acid. Okay, so amino acids, they are in the stomach. The process is aided by the acids secreted by the cells that make up the walls of the stomach and enzymes that are present in the gastric juice. So like simple sugars, amino acids are absorbed in the small intestine through the villi. Okay, so the finger-like, this is a finger-like. Okay, finger-like structures that line the walls of the small intestine. Okay, so and are circulated to the different parts of the body. Those that are circulated into the liver are stored as glycogen. Okay, so in the case of fats and lipids, their digestion is completed. Fats and lipids. They are completed in the small intestine where the bile secreted from the liver disintegrates them into fatty acid. Okay, so fatty acids and glycerol. So particles that are circulated So let's sum this up. Okay, so the digestion starts when the food is taken to the mouth. This is called as ingestion. As you chew, you are breaking down the food into the small pieces. Okay, as means of mechanical breakdown. The pieces mix with the saliva before you swallow. So saliva is a watery liquid made by salivary gland. Okay, salivary gland. So it softens and wets the food in the mouth, and also initially starts with the chemical digestions through enzymes present in it. Okay, so then the food passes through the esophagus. Muscle contractions in the esophagus help move the food down to the stomach. This is called as peristalsis. Okay, so next, stomach juices are chemicals made by the body that helps digest food. The stomach is made up of muscles that churn and help mix the food and break it into smaller pieces. So digestive glands in the stomach lining produce acids. So digestive glands in the stomach lining produces acids and enzymes. That digest proteins. Okay, so thick mucous layer helps keep the acidic digestive juice from harming these tissues of the stomach. So most of the digested molecule food, as well as water and minerals, okay, are absorbed through small intestine. Okay, so the walls of the small intestine contains many folds that are lined up with tiny finger-like called villi. Okay. So these villi are turned cover with even smaller projections of lining called microvilli. Okay. So these structures increase surface area through which nutrients are absorbed. So during absorption, these nutrients pass through the walls of the intestine and into the bloodstream, where they get transported into different parts of the body. So undigested part of the food that were not absorbed by the body are eliminated as feces. So foods Okay, so the process is called elimination or defecation. Okay, so let us again name the processes. So first one, into the mouth, we have ingestion. Next is digestion for the stomach. After digesting the food, it will be absorbed by the small intestine. And the foods, water, and which are not absorbed will be eliminated or defecated through rectum or anus. Now that's the end of the lesson. If you find this lesson helpful, leave a like or hit like, and then you may consider subscribing. Thank you. Goodbye.